It is time to check in with the mayor of St. Catharines, Walter Sendzik, to see how things are going in St. Catharines. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well, Bob.
So here we are. I want to get your reaction to the emergency declaration and the stay-at-home order. Your thoughts?
Well, it's needed, Bob. When we look at what's happening in the healthcare system, when we listen to the physicians, to the medical experts, you're seeing we're at a crisis point, and so the government has taken a very strong measure. And what people need to do now, Bob, is really focus on what they can do to break the transmission of COVID-19. So really drive those numbers down by staying very much in a tight, what we call social bubble. And that means staying in your household. So stay-at-home order means stay at home.
It really is critical with the ICUs and the numbers. But on the other side of that, I mean, the impact on business, small business in particular, the Canadian Federation of Independent Business is going to say there's a number of businesses that won't survive this one. How precarious is it in St. Catharines for small business?
It's like any other community. This is devastating for a lot of small businesses. And so the federal and provincial governments have to continue to support those businesses in whatever ways and means possible, because this can't be the reason why they go out of business. So the supports need to be there. They need to be there quickly, like they have been over the past year. But just as importantly, the broader public have to understand that if we don't do everything we can now, we're going to continue this cycle of, opening and closing, restrictions and non-restrictions. And that does nothing for supporting the local businesses. So we all have to do this now to allow small businesses to finally get beyond this and be able to be open continuously to make the kind of revenues that they have seen previously.
Yeah, and hopefully they can survive this intense short-term pain. But people are trying to stay positive. Nice article in the Globe and Mail about the Seymour Hanna Arena. The arena turned into a mass vaccination clinic and all those messages.
And that really shows the power of the vaccine, Bob. And when you look at those messages are thank you to the healthcare staff, thank you to our public health teams. And it is a message of hope, but it shows you how powerful getting the vaccine is. And our community has really embraced getting the vaccine. And we're at 17.5% vaccination rate here in Niagara. And when you see articles like that, it really does give you that sense that the light is there at the end of the tunnel. It's getting ever so close, and we just have to do what we can to get us beyond the finish line.
Okay. Yeah, we had Kelly Botello covering that as well, and many frontline workers were so touched by that. Have you had a chance to speak with some of them?
Yeah, I've got a lot of friends who are in the healthcare business, and really those messages are uplifting. Those are long days that people are putting in, Bob. And when we talk about the impact of COVID-19 on our community, it's also the impact on the wear and tear on the healthcare system. And so those messages help to give those working every day to get the vaccines into the arms of people. It gives them the energy that they need as well to know, like they all worked through Easter weekend. For 4 days straight through the long weekend, you had healthcare workers vaccinating our community, and that speaks volumes about their commitment as well.
Yeah, how is the vaccine rollout going in St. Catharines?
It is going really well. And I got to say, Public Health and Niagara Health I'm really proud of what they've done. So we are an example for a lot of other communities outside of Niagara about the number of people that are getting the vaccines and the rollout. And what I mean by that is all the communities are being able to access the vaccines as they've been called in by age demographic or by work profession. And as soon as the vaccines are coming in, we're getting them into the arms of people, because we know that this is the ultimate way that we're going to put COVID-19 into the rearview mirror.
Okay. Hey, before we go, let's get to some other city business, because there's been lots of reaction to the Walker family YMCA closure and what to do with the building, how to repurpose it. What's the latest?
Yeah, that's a tough one. And the board of the YMCA are going to make a decision based on the best interest of the Y in terms of its financial positioning. But we as a community and as a city, we're working with the Y to look at the opportunity of that building. And ultimately, we want to make sure that the services that the Y provides our community, when something occurs with that building, we have an opportunity to ensure that that kind of recreation will be maintained in St. Catharines. So there's a group working with the Y. We're as a city working with the Y, and we're looking forward to what the opportunities can be moving forward. They're in a tough spot because of COVID-19. and hopefully there's an opportunity that we can find a way out.
Okay, hey, we appreciate your weekly updates, and we'll talk again next week. St. Catharines Mayor Walter Sendzik.